Yes, but I'm so adapted to the real world now that I can't live in a farm anymore. I'm a social butterfly. I mean, I was living the high life in Palm Beach. I mean, I can't go back to the farm. I was living as Jeffry Epstein for years, living the high life, rolling in the
Okay. Oh my God, I cannot believe you went from
Yes, you can only imagine.
The worst name in the world to the second worst name in the world.
I went from one bad to the next bad. You would never think, but yes, it is happening to me, yes.
So, you mentioned earlier you had a job.
Oh, yes. I was a substitute teacher because I love teaching kids. That's my passion. I love to teach the children, and I love children. I mean, not like Jeffry Epstein loved children, but...
I wouldn't say that.
No, but I'm saying I love them like I love teaching our younger generation. We're supposed to inspire the younger generation. And same with the sex situation. What parent wants one of their teachers to be named Jeffry Epstein teaching their kids? I mean, that's ridiculous. So once the scandal hit, the school pulled me into the boardroom and they said, sorry, Jeffry Epstein, but we're going to have to let you go because some of the parents are finding it very uncomfortable for Jeffry Epstein to be teaching their children. And I kept telling them, I said, I love your children. I'm not like Jeffry Epstein. I'm a normal Jeffry Epstein. I'm not going to do what the bad Jeffry Epstein did to your children. I'm just here to love and teach them. But obviously, that sounded wrong coming from Jeffry Epstein still. So they decided to, put me on a leave of absence until further notice. But, our president still hasn't released the list. So this damn story hasn't ended yet. It's going to be years until I get reinstated. I'm probably never going to be able to get reinstated, to be honest, unless I change my name again, which I'm trying to. I submitted another name change to the government, but it takes a while because you're only allowed to change your name a certain amount of times. I think there's a 10-year span, and I'm not at the 10-year mark yet. So, yes.
What are you changing your name to now?
I don't know exactly yet, but I might, like we were saying earlier, I might change it to a woman's name because women don't do anything bad apparently. So,
what woman's name would you pick?
Maybe like Janice.
Janice what?
Janice Stevens.
Okay.
Just a normal name. Hopefully a Janice Stevens out there doesn't decide to do something up.
Yeah.
At least anyone famous, because I noticed that it only really matters if somebody of high power does something up. Like if Jeffry Epstein was a nobody, nobody would care that he did what he did.
So then, what are you doing now for work?
Well, right now, I'm unemployed. I'm just living off welfare right now because nobody wants to hire me. I mean, like I said, you can only imagine nobody wants to hire a Jeffry Epstein. I've been to thousands of interviews and they go, nice to meet you. My name's John. They go, what's your name? What am I going to say? I go, Jeffry Epstein. And exactly, they start doing that. And they go, this guy's got a sense of humor. I like that. Seriously, what's your name? And I go, no, I'm being serious. It's Jeffry Epstein. And they're obviously like nice about it because they see my, social security and my identification. So they clarify it and they're like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but we're not going to have someone named Jeffry Epstein selling our scooters.
You applied for a scooter salesman job?
I was trying to sell one of the, those e-scooters that the kids are driving. And I, because like I said, I want to help the kids. And the kids love e-scooters. So I figured, maybe this is a way I can contribute to the children. So I wanted to, sell e-scooters to kids. And yes, they didn't like that idea at all. So they didn't allow me to sell their scooters because what kid wants to buy a scooter from Jeffry Epstein? That would be obviously not cool. So I've been unemployed. I tried Uber, but you can only imagine when you request an Uber and it says Jeffry Epstein, you're probably going to cancel that Uber. So I wasn't getting a lot of,
Jeffry Epstein's coming to pick you up.
Jeffry Epstein's coming to pick you up. That's what he would say. So I wasn't getting a lot of car rides and nobody would request me as a driver. So I tried Uber Eats. Also, nobody wants a Jeffry Epstein delivering their food as well. So I couldn't do that. So I basically am on unemployment right now. And it's very tough for me to find any work whatsoever, which is awful, by the way, because I'm a good guy. I have a lot of qualities in this life. I can do a lot of things with my hands. And like I said, I'm really good with kids. So if there's anybody watching this podcast who has any, jobs out there that requires, hands-on with kids, let me know, because I'm really good working with kids and I love kids, like I said, but not in the way Jeffrey Epstein did. Not in that way. Just in a way that I want to like teach them and make them better people. That's it. I'm really good with kids.
Have you what's your social media life been like?
I had to delete my account.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yes, because I mean, you can only imagine all of the hate that I was getting on my social medias. I mean, I was getting trolled, getting death threats, even though I'm not the real Jeffrey Epstein. I don't understand. So every time I post a picture with like me and my dog or like me and my family, they'd say, "Die, you're going to hell," or "You're worthless, you shouldn't even be alive." And they would say things like that, and I got in a really dark place and got pretty depressed and had to go to therapy about it. And my therapist just recommended I delete my account. So I'm off the grid once again, and I don't even have an online social presence anymore because of my name. And I tried to start a, kind of like a burner account with a different name, so at least I can change my name there. But anytime I would do that and follow people, they would see me with a different name and they would think that it was a fake account from all my friends. They'd call me, they go, "Jeffrey, somebody started an account with a different name. Is it you?" And I'd say it was me. But once again, they don't want to be associated with me in any way, which I don't blame them, because who the hell wants to be associated with a Jeffrey Epstein? So yes, I deleted my socials, all of them.
Okay.
It sucks. It's terrible.
Have you heard of Palm Beach Pete?
Oh yes, I've heard of Palm Beach. What is it? Palm Beach Pete. Yes.
Yeah.
He's been blowing up online because apparently he looks like the real Jeffrey Epstein. And to be honest, he's in a way better position than me, because obviously his name's not Jeffrey Epstein. He looks like Jeffrey Epstein, but his name's not Jeffrey Epstein. So he could still get away with, applying for jobs, rolling in the but not me. I mean, I'd way rather look like Jeffrey Epstein than have the name Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, what would you think? What do you think?
I mean, Palm Beach Pete seems to be probably look like him, right?
Right? Yes.
Because your situation is not going too well.
It's going awful.
Palm Beach Pete, he seems to be doing fine. He's like,
yeah,
he was on like a Nelk Boys podcast.
Yes, the Nelk Boys. Yes, they love him. They want to party with him. They flew him out because he looks like Jeffrey Epstein, but he's not named Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't get a call from the Nelk Boys. Nelk Boys, I'm the real Jeffrey Epstein. Why are you flying at Palm?
No, you're not. Or, well, you are, but you're not.
But my name is Jeffrey Epstein. I'm saying, like, I'm Jeffrey Epstein. So if anything, you should be flying me first class.
And partying with you.
And partying with you guys, because I'm big fans of the Nelk Boys. So I don't understand why they didn't give me a call. I didn't get a call from the Nelk Boys. So if you're out there, Jeffrey Epstein's here. So give me a call, because I'll be at home doing nothing because I don't have a job.
So you'd rather look like Jeffrey than Jeffrey.
I'd way rather look like Jeffrey Epstein than actually be called Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Because Palm Beach Pete is living the high life right now. He's basically living like me 10 years ago, flying around. Everyone's recording him in his freaking car, driving around town. He's loving it. He's loving it. I see him online. Him.
So if the real Jeffrey Epstein had invited you to the island, would you have gone knowing about all the stuff? Because obviously you wouldn't have gone if you knew about everything that was going on.
Yes, obviously.
But
it's a tough situation, because obviously if pre-scandal, no one really, I mean, I guess people probably knew. I mean, come on. Like, if one of my friends was doing what he was doing, I would know about it, Like, your best friend. You think you would know if he was fiddling around with underage people? Probably, right? So if I didn't know, probably, I mean, who wouldn't want to get flown first class to a private island? I mean, that's probably why a lot of people went, right? They probably didn't know you have this rich guy flying you out to an island. They probably didn't realize till they got there, like, wow, people look pretty young here. Like, where are we? So I may have went. I wouldn't have done anything, obviously. I want to clarify, I wouldn't have done anything, but, I probably would have went to Jeffrey Epstein's island for sure, but I wouldn't have done anything. But like post, scandal, no, definitely not. I would have not. I don't want to be associated with him at all. I hate people like him that do that to our young. I don't like that. Like I said, I try to help our young, not do what he does.
And you think they should release that list?
Yes. I've been begging them. I've been calling them to like release the damn list already. And the reason why is because once they release the list, we can finally move on from society and move on from this Jeffry Epstein. Because if they don't release the list, who do they keep talking about?
Jeffry Epstein.
Jeffry Epstein.
But you don't think that even after they release the list, I feel like your name is still
Of course
tarnished.
it's going to be tarnished, of course. But at least I won't be in the media constantly. Because right now, I'm constantly, my name in the media.
Yeah, like every time you go onto X.
Yes, it's release the Epstein
hashtag,
list.
yeah.
Release the Epstein list. Were you friends with Jeffry Epstein? Were you friends with Jeffrey
So
Epstein?
you never crossed paths with him
Oh, I
or did you?
Yes, no, I saw him at a couple parties, yes.
while you were impersonating him?
Well, he didn't know I was impersonating him. I didn't tell him that.
You
I didn't tell him, obviously.
You didn't go up to him and say, "Hey, Jeffrey,
No.
I'm
But I did.
impersonating you and squatting in your house."
Of course not, because he probably would have killed me or something, you know? He is a powerful man. But I did tell him my name was Jeffrey Epstein, and he got a kick out of it. Yes.
Really? What was that like?
He said, no way. He goes, my name is Jeffrey Epstein. And I go, yes, that's why I told you my name is Jeffrey Epstein too. Because I knew who he was, obviously. Everyone knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. But he obviously didn't know me.
What part? Where was this?
This was at Mar-a-Lago.
I thought you might say that. What were you doing at Mar-a-Lago?
Yes, I was. Yes, it was at. So yes, sorry. I laughed because it was such a funny time. We had such fun times there. But yeah, I was at Mar-a-Lago. Here's what happened. I was impersonating Jeffrey Epstein once again because he had the real Jeffrey Epstein he was a member at Mar-a-Lago. So I went there knowing that. I go, oh, if he's a member there, I can go hang out at Mar-a-Lago, you know. So I was hanging out at Mar-a-Lago as Jeffrey Epstein. Next thing I know, Jeffrey and Trump both come in. And there was a party at one of the rooms in there, and I just, I went in there. I just wanted to give it a look because I was already in there. So I went in there and I saw the Don, and I saw Jeffrey hanging out, and that's when I walked up to them and I said, "Hey, Jeffrey Epstein, huge fan." But this is pre everything went out, by the way. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan now. I hate him. He's a terrible person. But he was a pretty cool guy. I mean, everyone knew who he was. I mean, he was the talk of the town, really. So I went up to Jeffrey. I said, "Jeffrey, huge fan. You're not going to believe this. I'm not joking with you. My name is also Jeffrey Epstein." And then him and Donald both laughed. I remember Donald, he said, "This guy is funny. I like this guy." So I told him that. And we all had shots together, me, Donald, and Jeffrey Epstein. We were throwing back some Don Julio. And we got...
For the Don?
For the Don. We got... So me, Don, and Jeffrey...
I thought Trump doesn't drink.
No, he drinks. He just says that night he got f***ed up. Let me tell you, we had a night. I actually don't even remember what happened that night because we were slamming Don Julio, and we basically were slamming Don Julio, and then Jeffrey invited me back to his house, and it was just me, Jeffrey, and the Don, and it was great because it was actually the house I was squatting in. But he had no idea, so he's giving me the tour, and I had to pretend like I didn't know what this was. So he was like, "This is my indoor spa," and I was like, "Wow, I'd never seen a spa like that before," even though I had used the spa that morning. So it was crazy. And then he saw my clothes there, and he goes, "Oh wow, I don't remember buying this shirt." And I go, "Yeah, that guy you must have style because that's a cool shirt," but it was really my shirt. It was hilarious. But we were all up on Don.
He saw your stuff?
He saw my stuff and he thought it was his. He goes, "I don't remember buying this shirt." And I go, yeah, that's strange. It's a cool shirt though. You have great style." And he goes, "Yeah, I guess so." And he was so about Don Julio, he didn't really think about it. So we all ended up passing out on a bunch of his massage chairs because I don't know why. Like I said, he had a bunch of massage chairs around the apartment for some reason, or the house for some reason. So I don't know why he had so many of it. And I woke up and I was naked for some reason. I don't know what that was about. And I was like, I had a bunch of oil on me. I don't know. We must have jumped in the pool or something. I don't know. Anyways, I was really blacked out drunk. I woke up.
Why would you have oil on you?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's not get into that though because I don't really remember. I was on Don Julio. We all woke up covered in baby oil, me, Don, and Jeffrey, and I cleaned myself up, and I was so hungover, I went to Starbucks, and I got us all Frappuccino lattes, and it was great because, like I said, Jeffrey was the talk of the town, so all the baristas knew who Jeffrey Epstein was, so they gave me free Frappuccinos for me, Donald, and Jeffrey, and it was great, flourishing, like I said. Now, I can't even say my name at a Starbucks. It's terrible. So I was getting free Starbucks all the time in Palm Beach. And now when I go to Starbucks and they say what my name is, I have to like lie and say a different name because obviously they're not going to be like, we have a Frappuccino for Jeffry Epstein. No, they wouldn't say that because last time I gave him my name, the barista spit in my face. Yes.
It
was a barista. Yeah, she spit in my face. She said,
what?
She said, you're sick, and spit in my face. And I said, that's my real name. I'm not associated with that Jeff Epstein.
But she saw that you're clearly not him.
Yes, but she thought I was joking.
Oh, she thought it was a joke.
She thought I was doing some sort of sick joke. And I said, no, that's my real name.
Okay.
So it sucks. Even when I get pulled over by the cops, it's always a sick joke with them too. They just laugh at me. They go, the license and registration, please. And I always am like so timid giving it to them because I already know they're going to start laughing at me. Last time I got pulled over, the cop looked at it and he said, you must have a real tough life. And I said, yes, I do. And he goes, it's about to get tougher because I'm giving you a ticket for speeding. And then I was like, I'm at a stop sign. I wrote a stop sign. He goes, yes, but your name's Jeffry Epstein. And I just want to make your life a lot worse. So
that's not very nice.
Yes, it's not nice. That's what I'm saying. But everyone hates this guy so much that they're just putting all their anger and hate towards me. It sucks. So I don't even want to drive anymore because I'm afraid I'm going to get pulled over and then they're going to give me more tickets.
How did you get here?
I walked here.
From where?
Downtown LA. Yeah, it was a long walk.
It's a long...
Yes.
What?
I left at 4 a.m. to get here. I left at 4 a.m. I walked from downtown LA to here.
You just walk everywhere now because you're afraid of being pulled over by a cop?
Or I ride a bike, but my bike's at the shop right now. So I had to walk here just to do the sketchy podcast. So
well, thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me because I really wanted to like clear my name, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. What do you think?
I guess so.
I think I'm doing pretty good. I think people are going to start to understand the depth of Jeffry Epstein. I mean, I really can't do anything in this life. Like, I really wanted to get into acting, you know. That was kind of another passion of mine, but obviously no one's going to cast someone named Jeffry Epstein.
You want to be an actor?
Yes. I'm very talented, by the way. I was an actor in high school. I did a lot of plays, but obviously, like I said...
when you were growing up on the farm?
Yes. I did it. I used to reenact with my brothers a lot. We used to put on plays in the farm, and it was great.
Who was your audience?
We would just do it for the love of it. We would act with each other, you know. We didn't like, because I'm a true actor. I don't do it for the applause. I don't do it for the recognition. I do it because I love it. And that's how I know that I love acting, because like I said, I just do it for the love of it. And but I can't be an actor because, like I said, I mean, who the hell wants to see, you know, what producers wants to see Jeffry Epstein up there next to like Brad Pitt? It's going to be like starring Brad Pitt, starring Jeffry Epstein, directed by, you know, Scorsese. So that dream went out the window because my name is just so toxic and no one's going to buy tickets to someone named Jeffry Epstein, sadly.
Here's your cat's nail. When you were trimming before, you probably hurt them because you couldn't see the quick. But now, you'll never make that mistake again. It's basically a nail clipper with a built-in light, so you can actually see where the quick is.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any final statements that you would like to share with our audience?
Yes. I have a lot of things I want to share with your audience, and just know that I'm not like Jeffry Epstein. Okay? I may be Jeffry Epstein, but I'm not Jeffry Epstein. I'm a good person, and I just want to help kids. I want to make them better people. I was put on this earth, me, Jeffry Epstein, to inspire the next generation of children. That's all I want to do. So, if you have a child out there, and you want to, you know, have some sort of mentor to mentor them, Jeffry Epstein can do that. Or formerly known as Adolf Hitler. So don't be afraid to hit me up on Facebook at the Jeffry Epstein group. And I promise you, all 15 of Jeffry Epsteins will respond. Because all of us are good people. Okay? So you don't have to judge just off of somebody else's error. As much victims as the other victims! that you have victimized. So yes, there's good Jeffry Epsteins out there in the world. And I want you all to know, everyone out there, the millions of fans watching the Sketchy podcast, Jeffry Epstein is a good guy. Not that Jeffrey, this Jeffry Epstein and the other 15 that are on the Facebook Jeffry Epstein group. We're all great guys who are willing to give women massages, who are open to it without it being creepy or weird, obviously, like I said. So like I said, if you're a woman out there and you want to be given a massage by Jeffrey...
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come onto the Sketchy podcast and set the record straight for all of our viewers. I hope you guys have learned a lot from this very educational, informative podcast that we have here.
Yes, and thank you for having me. I feel like I really feel a lot better now that people in the world are going to understand that Jeffry Epstein is not that bad of a guy.
You.
Me, Jeff. Not that Jeffrey.
Not that one.
Me, Jeffrey.
The other one's bad.
Not that one, but the other, me and the other 15 Jeffry Epsteins are all good guys and are willing to give massages and work with children as well. And boys when I get home.
Yeah, I would guess so.
And have a little ice bath.
Okay. Wow. Well, I hope you guys had a great time on this podcast, and we will see you soon for the next one.
I'll